Hello,
Hello.
friends. We're a little early or late for our 6:45. We could not actually get on my phone for some reason. I tested it. I'm like, where do I look? Okay, there's the green eye to look for.
Yeah.
We're in the parking lot of the. Is this the middle school, Zoya?
Yes.
We're at the parking lot of AC Reynolds Middle School in front of a field. I discovered recently that there's right behind me. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little like cave in the trees, and it goes down into this beautiful little creek. It's very charming. There were mushrooms and things growing there, and it was nice because you know what? That's ultra sad is that the Blue Ridge Parkway is closed until they can do all the repairs because there's a lot of trees and a lot of bridges that got washed away. So anyway, we're set up. We've had all these people slow down. They're wondering what we're doing because I set up a bunch of lights. It's all clamped. It's like a big, and I'm kind of at a slant. I hope I don't tip over because when I'm in these chairs, they're like these chairs are they're like three-legged stool type situation, and I find that I want to tip my chair back. I'm going to resist because if I do, I might tip back into the background. So anyway, I thought today, since it's kind of we're kind of doing, we don't have our normal programming, as it were. I thought I'd do a fun tutorial kind of product review, a little on these watercolors that I got pretty recently. It's called, where's the FinTech? I don't know if y'all have tried these. I got them from St. Louis Art Supply, and they're really pretty. They're really pretty. I haven't really used them that much, not much at all. So Azalea devised because you know what, I was kind of frazzled when I left here. I was trying to get everything. I couldn't find my table because I hadn't had to use. This had plants on it, and it was kind of manky from being outside, and had to wipe it down and clean it up. Oh, and the same order that when I was getting my stuff from that FinTech, I got this. This is this is the brand. It's a white guac or a white watercolor, and it comes in this like it's like a little soap, but it has a neat little texture on it. Like a kind of reminds me of, it reminds me of is like it when you can eat it like it's like a cookie or something. It's very much like a cookie of white gouache. So I'm going to show it. I'm going to flip this camera around, and I'm going to show you what these look like on the paper. I also, pretty recently, I got these pens, and by pretty recently, maybe, I don't know, hopefully they don't run out. Within the last year or so. Whoa. It's on a slant. Azalea, everything almost tipped. Oh, hello, Kathy. She says, hi, ladies. So excited. Good. Azalea's been filling orders all day long.
I'm flipping the camera like old times, you guys.
Yes, we did not have the space.
This is the setup.
There's
the car. Here's the school and the concrete below
how
us.
I keep doing this. This is a recipe for concussion.
This is our setup going into the car for power. Absolutely goofy.
Yeah,
like this.
I thought we did a pretty good job. You're gonna have to. The only thing is like the old ways. There's a way to get it. Can you get it in the image?
Well, it's slanted because it doesn't go down any further. Yeah.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
Thank you. I thought we were pretty dedicated as well. I'm pretty impressed at how dedicated we are. I can hardly believe it. Got out here. We have our little setup. It's it's not bad. It's going to be dark soon, so we'll see. These are the ones I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. Oh, I don't know. They had a sale and it was like they were up $4 whenever those were. So which was good. So let's draw something real quick. These are some kind of fine line. You know, I don't use these pens very often, but I thought I'd give it a try. You know, had these for a while and haven't even tried them. Maybe. So anyway, they're fine tip. So these watercolors, let's see, wait a minute, let me see what this is. Doesn't say, are they alcohol or what? Sometimes when you use, water-based, a low odor. Let's see, no bleeding. Okay. So this one would probably be better after, when your paper has dried, because it sounds like if it's water, it'll spread while you're working. Sonny says we had a tornado roll through Vero Beach and we've lost power. I'm sorry to hear that. Woo! Tripod down. It's fine now. Well, it's on the ground now. Good thing it's sturdy. Okay. This is my white gouache. Let's get that angle down a little bit better. Oop. Sorry, y'all. Those are power trucks, so I don't mind the sound of them driving by. It's okay. Drive by. Hello, Carol. Hello, Kay. Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining us on this random excursion. We usually go at 7, but you know what? They got a curfew happening. And that's probably why all the people have left, which is kind of nice now. It's kind of quiet, which is pretty wonderful. So this is a brown paper that I'm using. It's very thin. It's not designed for this. This is not the use for this kind of paper. But you know what? It actually, even though it's not for this, it works really well. Like, I made a kind of a, I don't know what happened here, but I'm going to work on top of it. Like, oh, here's white to go on top. It's pretty interesting. You can get interesting effects with white gouache. That was this right here. Get that effect. So you sketch first with pencil, and then, I like to do a little bit of poetry on top or whatever, drawing, whatever. And it works great. So my usual method is to go start in with, I love using mechanical pencils. It's my go-to. It is, it has a little window here to show you. So this is an HB lead. All right. Oh, see, this is just a few of my I love white on brown paper. It's one of my very, very favorite sketchbook techniques. And I haven't really gotten a chance to use these Finatech. I don't know how you say that. But we're going to try them out today. Oh, this is an idea. Wouldn't this be fun? Do this with like resin or maybe even thin layers of plastic. That might be cool. All right, let's get on. Let's do this page. No, we'll do this page. I hate skipping pages. All right, let's draw something. Okay, what am I going to draw? You know what I'm going to draw? I'm going to draw something quick. First thing to my mind. How about, what do you think about a unicorn, daughter?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the little body. We'll do pink, she says. Let's get up here so it's a little closer. Let's do this. Go fast. So beat the sun down. All right, can you even see that? Trying to see if you can see it. Because, sometimes drawing on this kind of paper and then it's hard to see lead. So I'll do a quick sketch of it and then fill it so you can see it. Yes, Terry, this is a metallic. These are the how you say it? Finatech. Tech, I don't know. Pearlescent colors. They have a bunch of them over. I got this one. I think it was, I want to say, what, I was sitting there thinking I got it at St. Louis Art Supply, but I think it's actually Cheap Joe's. So I think I'll sketch this out with another color, and I'll use my kit that I started here. This has some Daniel Smith colors, but I'll sketch it out a little easier so you can see it a little better. And then I'll go over it with, maybe I'll show how to go over it with marker. Okay, so what I have here is Shadow Violet. I'm going to draw with, and a little bit of Mayan blue. It's going to be like get a kind of a murky. I love these grays. I'm so crazy about grays right now, which is funny to me that I have all these sets of colors, and my favorite ones right lately are the grays. So what I'm doing is I'm sketching on top of my lines that I did to darken them so that you can see what I'm doing in this quick sketch. It's kind of given like a little bit like a mule. Probably thinking of those pack mules. They had people delivering supplies on pack mules. I saw on one of my friends' feeds they were showing it in Bernardsville. That's really a rural area. And if your bridge washes away, they have to cross streams, and to bring supplies, they use mules, which I didn't know. It's something new I learned. And then, you know what I thought? I thought, I want to learn how to do that so that I can hang out with some mules. And then I thought, in my fantasy, I was like, wouldn't it be cute if they were little, small mules? But then I woke up from that dream because then I was like, what good if it's too small? It can't carry a lot. Terry says, I suspect grayish is on the verge of being a Pantone color of the year. So in right now. You know, yeah, that would be not surprising. Not surprising at all. Grayish. I saw somebody post, one of my friends posted that people were saying that they're really into, how do they say it? Was it grayish core? It was funny because it made me laugh because Azalea gives me a hard time because sometimes I like a neutral wall, and she does not want a neutral wall. So, you know, it made me laugh because I do like neutral, but I'm not saying that I am a big fan of this grayish core. All right, so this is the Primatech colors I've been using. They're really pretty. Look at how dreamy this is. I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost like a manganese blue, but it's Mayan blue mixed with a little bit of shadow violet. And when that dries, you'll see all this. The light is definitely fading, and we're on two small lights. So I'm going to work as quickly as I can now because I need to get in here before. Maybe that might add a little bit of color. Unless you're using it right now.
I brought it though because I thought you might need it.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, hello, Cherie. Oh, thank you, little daughter.
I put on my first setting for both of them.
I don't know how to change the setting.
Press the buttons.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Click it one more time. It has all the bulbs engaged.
Oh, fancy. Oh, that's cute. Kaliti says, hey, Cynthia, had a coworker who had adopted a burro. She named it Bean Burro. Oh, my God, so cute. That is adorable. All right, so let's use some of these, what we've all been waiting for, to see how these guys perform. All right. Azalea said pink unicorn with a pearly horn. Okay, so I have like this pearl. Looks like you get a good variety. I hope this is really silvery. So I'm gonna go in. It has a nice texture, so you can wake that color up a little bit faster. I have a neck light, Terry. I don't know if it's the one that Kate has. Maybe it is. I don't remember.
That was very useful when we had our no power.
Oh, you should see the sky right now. It's so beautiful.
You can tilt the phone up.
You'd have to do it for me. My hands are full. I'm crouched over this because I can't see it. I'm standing crouching. I probably look
I'm gonna show
like a
people.
crazy person.
I can easily put this back. This is what she's doing, you guys.
Yo, thank you. She's playing cameraman. Look how pretty that looks when you get in there. So it's waking it up.
Those are government, or those are like army Humvees. Look at the sky.
So beautiful. The moon is over here.
I don't know if you guys can see that in the distance, but it looks really pretty.
Hopefully they don't give us a hard time for we're about to break curfew.
They can go. they can go to bed. They don't have to worry about us.
See what we're doing.
Well, I'll be like, hello, good evening. We're busy. Good night.
We're working.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Beautiful. So I'm highlighting this. Sherry says, beautiful sky. Are things getting better there? Yes, it is. Fortunately, things are moving very fast. When I was growing up, I'm from Orlando, as many of you know this. And the other night when I was laughing about people saying, that's the car saying, hey, remember me? We have the car running so we can power all these lights. Sorry about that. It'll stop in a second. Usually a couple minutes, maybe. We have a hybrid, so it's very quiet generally. Okay, let's see. Going in. Maybe add some pink. I'm going to wake this color up. Oh, thank you, Mary. She says, the sky is beautiful. You are both amazing to be broadcasting this way. Oh. Sherry says, I'm so scared for Florida. Will your parents be safe? My mom is down there, and my older brother, Dwayne, is with her. And I asked what they were doing. My mom was like, I'm crocheting. And I could tell she was really invested in one of her programs because she wasn't saying anything. I was like, are you prepared for the storm? And she said, of course. And then we just sat there for a minute. And then I was like, okay, well, anyway. And then we hung up. She was I could tell she was like really she was in something. So my parents have been through many storms. This will be the first one I think my mom has faced on her own without my dad being around. So I hope it's not. I hope they don't have, like, they're on a lake, and I hope it doesn't flood or anything, But all you can do is prepare, and they are not afraid to prepare. So that's a good thing. Yeah, it's been, I think this has been, even though it's horrendous to go through something like this and have no power for long stretches and no water and all that, it's still kind of amazing too to see how people in times of when you really need it, because sometimes it can kind of feel like, I don't know, you kind of feel like isolating a little bit. Maybe not isolating. Isolating is not maybe the right word. I'll think about it and see what else would be a better one for that. But I was laughing the other night because when I was saying the refugee, that there's not going to be so many Californians. The funny part about that is because I came from not only Florida, but California as well. I am exactly the person that they're talking about. So that's why I was laughing, because I'm a double whammy. When people complain on the internet, you'll see like Asheville boards be talking about the Floridians and the Californians. I just laugh because I've been here a while, but I still rolled in from California, LA to be exact. That's why it was pretty funny. So I guess that was kind of an in joke. In case you were like, hey, People are from everywhere. I agree with that. That's why it was kind of funny. Yes, Terry says it's entirely unfair when these things happen, but it is an opportunity to realign your priorities. That's for sure. You think you're going to be, you don't know who you are and how you're going to react for sure. Like, you think you're going to be one way and like you're going to be super prepared, or you're going to be, you just don't know how you're going to react, or how scared, or if you're going to be a person that has to leave. you know I don't know. I thought I would leave, and then I kept thinking, we went to Shelby, and the whole time I was kind of ready to come back and just be present, if that makes any sense. It's kind of weird, I know, especially since there's a lot of inconveniences right now, and it's not ideal. But and you don't want to strain the resources, right? You don't want to be a drain. So we've been trying to be as helpful as possible, and just be prepared to help if we can. We've been organizing our whole area downstairs. A friend of ours, they lost their place. Our friend Richard, he had his apartment was flooded out, and it caused a lot of damage. And so we had to hastily make some space so he could put his stuff in a clean, dry area. And and then we just had to organize it. It was kind of one of those things, just to move quick. So there's no time for hemming and hawing and thinking about stuff. And so that was actually, for us, it was a good thing, when you're looking for silver linings and such. It's a pretty good silver lining, is to be able to even have a house to rearrange, because a lot of people had to look at their stuff floating away in the river. And we're really super grateful that wasn't my studio. Like, some people, we were going to set up in the River Arts District. My friend Joanne and I, we were kind of bummed all last month because we didn't get accepted to either Atomic or what's that place called? Sweeten Creek. And there's another place, Marquee. They were full too. There's so many of those places were so full, and they didn't have time. They didn't have any space for new people. So it was, at that point, you're disappointed. But now I'm not disappointed, because at the time I was pretty bummed. I was like, man, all I want is to set this stuff up, because we were at Art Garden, and then it wasn't a good fit. Okay, so I don't know, how do I feel about this? So I've been trying to use the different ones. This is the black. And so it looks like there is a tiny bit of sparkle. It's still wet. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, I've been talking. I didn't look up. And it's so funny. It's like practically dark out here. And eerily, there's somebody in the forest. I can see them from here. I think they have a dog. Oh. Yeah, in hindsight, exactly. Because a lot of those places have been washed away. And I hesitate to say it's a silver lining, because it's not, you know, maybe that's the wrong word. You know what I mean? It's like I'm looking for the positives in something that's very negative, and that's not, it's, it's an okay positive. It's not that great of a positive, but it's better than losing a bunch of stuff. Because at first, it's like one of those things I was telling Azalea. It's like, you don't know. You can never know when things are disappointing, how they can, in reality or later, turn out to be a blessing, because had our stuff been there, we would have lost it all. So I guess it's one way to try and find the positive in the negatives. All right, this is a purple. Look how pretty that purple. It got a little bit creamier. I put a little bit of water in there. And one little trick I like to do is go and connect, like making these shapes just like this. Like, this brush is one of my favorites. It's a Snap from Princeton. I get them at Michael's. They're like a few bucks, but this size, the number 2, fantastic. I carry this thing in my bag. It's very sturdy, And look at these fun shapes I'm getting. So sometimes I'll do this. I'll make these sort of negative spaces. It's kind of fun. And I like to dip it, kind of rinse that brush and grab another color. Let's grab this one down here. I haven't really used this one as much. This is, I would call this a copper aqua. Kalite says, usually when things don't happen, it's not the path for you. Yeah, Azalea and I were talking about how fun it would be to have a store. And so we were like, well, let's try to do a mini one. And we had pretty good success with Art Garden, except we had a lot of theft in the corner spot that we were set up. And there wasn't a lot of support as far as from the, not the promoter, but the owner. They didn't promote. It was just kind of like we didn't feel like, we're like, hey, we're a draw. We send a lot of people. And right, like one time I set up and they didn't even send, like I set up there and I didn't like, there's no, it's like, why aren't, I didn't get any of my friends didn't show up. And they're like, oh, I didn't know this was going on. And come to find out there was like no, like not even a mention or a Facebook post. I was like, well, I just sat up there and upstairs. I was like by myself all day. I could have been doing like literally anything else.
I was bitter from the beginning. We signed up for a spot in the front room and then we paid for it.
Oh, yeah. Zoya got mad about this kind of bait and switch action.
We put somebody else in the spot you paid for, so you're going to get this corner spot that's like...
That was, Azalea was like, we wouldn't have picked that corner. She just, sometimes Azalea says the quiet part out loud. Like sometimes.
I was like, that's not what we paid for.
Yeah, she just said it and I was so like, I don't know. You can see the ones I didn't use yet. I don't know, but I try not to. I just try to be, Yeah, I know. I try to look at the good. And the good side, well, what else? I mean, that's the thing. I could be bitter about it, but it's not going to change what happened. It's still the same situation. So anyway, this is slightly, well, it's not wet anymore. I've been massaging this color so long, it's not wet. But I'll start it down here. See, it's a little bit pool of wet color. And I can grab some of that and drag it down. See, I like making those little negative spaces. It's a cool contrast with the brown paper. This is, if you could see this in real life, it's very, very, it's very pretty. These are kind of like hawthorn. Have you ever seen those? I think it's called hawthorn, where they're orange. They're a brilliant orange root. They look like an alien, kind of an alien looking plant. Like something you'd see on Star Trek. And then this is a favorite. I dip another color right in the middle, and then sometimes, I don't know if you can see that, kind of the light is starting to fail. Hey, what time is it? 7:21. Okay, so I have to wrap it up because there's curfew, and for good reason. If you're wondering why there's curfew, so some of these roads, like there's one called Pinner's Cove up here, and if you were not paying attention, oh my goodness, there is the biggest hole. And I don't know how they're going to fix it. It's like, it's a steep drop. And I saw it and it's like, I don't know if this happens to you, but my feet felt like leaden at the side. I just felt like kind of woozy to see it. But if it were in the dark, you could drive right over that. So I could see that would be a horrible thing to add to the disaster. So it's kind of a rainbow pony. I was using all these different colors and showing how when it's wet on wet, that's when you have the pool of color, you can drip another color in there. So I'm going to re-wet that. And it makes a neat effect. Colite says, will you be selling some of your art? Yeah, I think I will. I was talking to another friend. We're trying to, I don't want to say scramble because that's not the priority. We're kind of tossing around ideas. And one idea is that we're going to make a pouch and have some Goods, Asheville Goods. And then there's a friend of mine. I was going to ask her if she would do a book of poetry. She's a local poet that I love her work and I like her energy and I would love to collaborate with her. So we were talking about making like an instant download. She has a very nurturing and like a really kind of like Earth Mother kind of vibe. Her work has that kind of really healing kind of energy. And I always think when I read it, I'm like, man, I'd love to illustrate this. So this is kind of fun. It's like almost like doodling. Everything's kind of spider webbing out. So one thing that might be fun is to go over it with some matte finish, which I'll do. I think. All right. So I think it's I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I'm gonna turn the camera around and go into our what you call it mode and show our beautiful surroundings.
Hello.
People are starting to leave the area and it's getting kind of spooky.
Kind of see the lights. Yeah, it is getting spooky. We have only a few minutes before we might get asked to go home because they'll stop us.
Yeah,
but here's our situation. It's getting dark outside.
We're gonna wrap it up, folks. All right, friends. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we will see you on Sunday. Hopefully, we're talking about getting Starlink, so our internet situation's a little stronger. So we will see you Sunday.
Bye.